If you want to get the top odds every time, bet with Top Sport's Same Game Multi. Top Sport. Feel the excitement. Gamble responsibly.
Hello and welcome back to another edition of the Same Game Multi podcast. Thank you again for joining us. Part 4 of our NRL 2022 season preview, the last of our previews. If you haven't already caught up on the other 3, linked up in the cards right now, so make sure you head on over and check those out as well before the season proper starts next week. We cannot wait. To join me today to preview the last 4 teams, as always, the 2 main men. Jared, J-Rod, Bertman.
Yeah, pleasure to be here, boys, as usual.
As always. And Matthew, Mr. Mark. Cherry, how are you, mate?
Ciao, buongiorno.
Bit fancy there.
Mixing it up.
As I said, last of our preview show. Please, if you do like the other previews and this one, make sure you subscribe, give us a like, give us a thumbs up. Also, tell your friends, your family, and if you recently broke up with your partner, tell them as well, because they might take you back once they see our episodes. All right, boys, let's jump into it. Do we have anything to discuss from last week? I know we brought in the send-off early last week. I thought you might have had one today, Berto, with your mate down in Canberra. Already whinging?
Oh, man, sticky. Oh, mate, it's just the usual. It seems as if people in around that, they just can't win. There's no point battling on about it because it'll eventually become a weekly occurrence. But, I just got to, what would you say, the injuries already. A couple of players have gone down officially as of today, which is putting a little bit of dampener on that. So pre-season injuries I'm going to send off this week.
That's fair call, yeah. Quite a few injuries coming out of the last week's trial matches, which is a shame. We'll get into that a bit later on. But, boys, we've got the South Sydney Rabbitohs first up this year. First up on our preview. Boys, last year, 2021, they came third. They had 20 wins and 4 losses, which was pretty good. Obviously got pipped in the grand final there by the Panthers as well. Pretty good season. Had a heap of losses, though. How that's going to affect this season is yet to play out. Haven't really done many signings or many gains there either. Not really any big names, but the losses, boys, I'm going to run through them. And the first one I've got highlighted is the master coach, Wayne Bennett. Obviously, he's moved on. Demetrio's now in charge. But we look at the others. We've got Adam Reynolds, Benji Marshall, Dane Gagai, Jaden Sewer, and a host of other sort of lesser-known names there as well. How do you see their season playing out, boys? Do you think they're going to repeat the season that was last year? Top 4, top 8, what are your thoughts? What are your predictions?
Well, just looking at my notes there, I've actually got them in 6th, just to give myself a little bit of a reminder. They have lost a few players, but I was only thinking probably only a couple of days ago. I really think this is going to be a massive season, whether it's do or die. But I have a funny feeling this could be. This is the way I see it. This is going to be one of the best years I think Cody Walker's going to play, and I think he's doesn't really have a choice not to play at the best of his ability, and if not for the full season. When you look at it. Coming from the Rabbitohs' perspective, obviously they're running a business. The way I see it, they've picked him as the money man over Reynolds. So basically they've put all their faith. They've gone, righto, there's 2 cards on the table. Someone's going to have to stay. Someone's going to have to go. Not necessarily go in that case, but someone's going to be offered a lesser contract. Hence the reason why Reynolds has gone to Brisbane. In my eyes, that is a massive confidence boost if I was Cody Walker, in that sense that the Rabbitohs have actually put their backing in behind me as a player sort of thing. I think that's I think that'll kick him into the next level. Also too, going off his forward pass last year, no doubt that's dwelled in his mind, and he'll want to go to he'll want to rectify his error in the grand final.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be anywhere near as strong as last year with those losses, especially with Reynolds. Definitely like the key backbone there last year for him. Point scoring machine as well. I read something, I think it must have been yesterday, the possibility, if they have to, of using Mitchell next to Walker.
Yeah.
Running probably Taff at fullback, like that sort of a combination if they have to, if things don't start working out with the halves pairing. There was a bit of niggle too, a bit of friendly banter between Reynolds and Jai Arrow on Twitter, which was a good little quick read. So they'll be looking forward to tackling each other next weekend. I got them running at fifth. Dropped down the list a bit. It was hard to pick these like fifth to eighth spot, the ones that I have. So I just took a bit of a gamble there for them to finish at the top of the, or what we call it, not the bottom four, but the bottom four.
In the middle of the eight, you could say, yeah.
You'd almost say fifth to ninth was difficult to pick.
Yeah, it was. But exactly what you said, Walker's a phenomenal player. I can see him winning a lot more games than they will lose. Was that just me, or was that a flickering?
Yeah, I don't know.
I was having a seizure. So I think they're still going to be strong, but not as strong as last year.
Yeah, I've got to say, I've got them running fifth as well. I do worry about the losses. Marshall as well as Reynolds. They had a bit of depth there last year in the halves. I like the role that Marshall played. That worries me a bit. You talk about Cody being the main man. If he goes down injured, how are the young halves going to cope with that? Taff and Ilias. Talk of Mitchell coming in. I think they need to leave him at fullback. That's his best position. I don't think he's much of a 5'8", to be honest. So I do worry about their depth in those halves now that they've lost both Marshall and Reynolds. I think if they'd lost one, I wouldn't be so concerned, but the fact they've lost both. Boys, best 17, I might kick us off. On screen as we speak, I've got 1, Latrell Mitchell, Alex Johnson, Jackson Paulo, Campbell Graham, Josh Mansour, Cody Walker, Lachlan Ilias, and then in the front row I've got Mark Nichols, the GOAT, Damien Cook, Tavita Totola, Jai Arrow, Keon Kaloa Matangi, and Cam Murray, who is the captain, of course. Great appointment that, I reckoned. Blake Taff wearing the number 14 jersey, Thomas Burgess, Jacob Host, and Liam Knight. Hopefully he comes back from those concussions that he suffered last year. He missed a big part of the season last year because of that. So
yeah, he's a big number in that squad too. I'm very similar to you. I've got Cam Murray at 13 as well, and that he picks himself there, and I think he will be massive for him this year because he'll take a little bit of pressure. If he has a big season, he'll take a little bit of pressure off the halves, doing a little bit of ball playing out the back and stuff like that. Take that little bit of pressure off too. At the same time, he's still got that grunt and that grit to go up through the guts as well. So my side, while I'm on the mic, I might as well hit it. I've got Latrell at 1. My wingers, I've gone with Tane Milne, and I've got Alex Johnson. There's no way I'll have Josh Mansour in there. I think he's struggled. Nothing against the bloke too. He's had a phenomenal career, but I think he's just about done. So Paulo and Campbell Graham will be my centres. So, and that way that can, so you can flick Stretch out onto the wing or Jackson Paulo out on the wing if need be. Young Lockie in at 7. I've got Cody Walker's at 6. Now I'm going to start Tommy Burgess. Tavita Totola will be the other front rower. Damien Cook, Liam Knight, Jai Arrow, Cameron Murray, as I said, at 13. He's a phenomenal player, and I think he'll have a fabulous season. Blake Tuff, Jacob Host, Mark Nichols, the Professor lookalike, and Kaloa Matangi will be my 17, and he'll play big minutes too.
Yeah, so same squad except for Mansour and just a few positional changes there.
A couple of tweaks.
Yep. Cheers.
So my first 7 was exactly the same as yours, Clint. I had the Mansour sit at 5 instead of Birdo's pick there. I had Totola and Mark Nichols swapped around from yours. Same positions, different numbers. The speed man Cook at 9. You can't pick anyone else. Big Kaloa Matangi and Jai Arrow. Now, Kaloa Matangi, I had him on for a try scorer on the Charity Shield on the weekend. Let me down. I was waiting for a long 80 minutes.
Missed by a blade of grass. Missed by a blade of grass.
He almost went over. And I've got Cam Murray running there at lock. Reserves, bench side's a little bit different. Tommy Burgess, Jacob Host. I don't know how to pronounce this fella properly.
Havili.
Havili,
come from the Raiders. Yeah, good little number 9.
Yeah.
Yep.
And is it Hami Sello?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I've got those boys there running off the bench. I think Tommy Burgess would be a great impact player. It was either toss up between him and Goat on the bench. I just put Goat on to start because of experience. So very, very similar to you boys.
Yeah, I like Burgess for the impact, but I think you've got him starting.
Yeah, I've got Tommy starting.
He good either way, I think. So it'd be interesting to see how they play him. All right, boys. As I said, I've got him running 5th. I think you said the same, Ches, and 6 for yourself.
Yeah, 6.
So all in all, going to make the top 8. I'll read out the premiership odds there as well. It's been on screen for a while. Premiership $10. Minor premiers is $9. If you like them for the top 4, you get $2. $1.25 to make the top 8, and least amount of wins is $61. Those odds are all thanks to our major sponsor, Top Sport. have a host of markets as well for the NRL. We'll get to that a bit later on. So, yeah, if you do like them, anything there that tickles fancy, top 4, $2. And we've got them outside. Top 8, they're definitely going to make that. I think $1.25. You know, if you want to have a big whack on them, you get a little bit back.
Yeah, top 8's a bit too short for me. Top 4, it's slightly risky, but I reckon that'd be my bet. Just hopefully they can jag fourth and
double your
probably
money.
take over, say, Manly or Chooks or someone and get in there for the $2.
Yeah, it's almost like if you just want something in there, just a little fruit, just to stab a little multi up. If you go on a seasonal multi, I reckon if you sneak them into the 4, because as I said, realistically they are a good chance.
Yep. Very good. That's the Rabbitohs wrapped up. Let's move on to the St. George Illawarra Dragon boys. Last year they came 11th. They had 8 wins and 16 losses. There's a lot of sides that had that 8 wins, 16 losses. These were one of them. Gains, George Burgess. He's come back out of retirement. He had that hip injury. Moses Mbai, Jaden Sewer, Moses Sully. A couple of Moseses there. Francis Molo was another one that I've got highlighted here, boys. He was really good. Made his Origin debut last year for Queensland. A few losses. Most notably, we've got Cam McInnes, Matt Duffy, Paul Vaughan, and Corey Norman. A few others there as well. How do you see them playing out, boys? I've got them running 14th. I don't know if they're going to improve much from last year. Hopefully they don't have any barbecues this year. Thoughts?
Same as you. They're going to absolutely struggle this year. I've got them at 14 as well. Watching their game there the other day, I know it's only a trial, but the kicking, it's like the conversions, woeful. I don't know.
And that was Zach Lomax. He's usually pretty good. So, obviously, trial, form, all that kind of stuff. On paper, they've got a pretty good side. I just don't know what it is. I just can't see them pushing for that top 8 personally. They might surprise me and, fair play to them if they do. But for me, I don't know what it is. I just can't see them pushing.
I'm a big Lomax fan. It was just weird to watch him kick that bad. It just didn't. Don't know.
Carrying an injury or something.
Bit of a twinge or something.
Yeah, yep. Berto?
Yeah, I think they've got a long way to go. Obviously, if they want to play finals football, last year wasn't exactly their best season for them. But having said that, before they had the little barbecue incident, realistically they were playing some good football and they were in a very good position.
Yeah,
it was just unfortunately that basically they broke the rules. Whereas if you look at it in the long run, they're probably only about 4 weeks off being able to have a barbecue in the bubble.
Yeah.
Without any drama, but, I think realistically that side, if they can build on that side and tweak it here and there, a couple of signings here and there, I think they're not far off the 8th. But at the same time, they've still got a long way to go.
Premiership, boys, $41. Minor premiers is $51. To make the top 4 is $10. Now, I think they're hedging their bets a bit here. The bookies top 8, they've got them at $4, but least amount of wins, they've got them at $5. So
is that a sign where they don't know where they're going to run?
I think that is the case. I don't think anyone sort of knows what they're going to produce. The $4 for top 8, I just said I can't see them pushing top 8, but I saw that and I kind of like that bet, $4. But they're one of those sides that will either, like you said, they were going really well last year, and they'll either sneak in, or they'll run 14, 15.
I think it was last week when we done the Warriors. I said with those odds, nothing will come off.
Yeah.
From those bets, I think that's going to be exactly
one
the
very
same.
similar. Yeah. Well, either way, it's a win-win for me because I know they're not going to beat Parramatta to the finals race. So I'll get a carton off Benny, and I know he's a listener and a watcher. So I'll carton of Jemison, mate. You might as well get it now.
You better stir up the old man too, won't you?
Well, I was just funny. You said they finished 11th. My old man's a diehard St. George supporter, and all I hear about is the 11 straight premierships between years of 56 to 66. So, that's a bit of a funny thing to finish 11th. So, hopefully they finish there again this year.
Boys, I'll run through our my best 17 and then I'll throw to you, boys. I've got Tyrell Sloan there at number 1. He was pretty good in the Charity Shield. Ramsey, Sully, Lomax, and Ravalawa rounding out the back 5. I've put Jack Bird in at number 6. I think this is where they're going to struggle a little bit, is that number 6 position. Corey Norman leaving last year. I don't know if they've got anyone really to replace him, but I put Jack Bird.
Well, it wouldn't be hard to replace him.
That's true. Benny Hunt, number 7. Blake Laurie, McCulloch at number 9. Francis Molo, I'm going to start him. Jaden Sewer, Tarek Sims, and Jack DeBellin. Good back row. Really good back row. I really like that. State of Origin representatives, all three of them. Interchange, got Moses Mbai just for that little bit of experience as well, and he could possibly play in that number 6 position if need be in the halves. Josh Maguire, the old screw loose Maguire. Big George Burgess coming on there as well, and the old knockout man himself, Tyrell Fuimaono, number 17. Obviously, he won't get a start to about round 5 or 6 when he comes off suspension, but this is just our best 17, what we think. So
yeah, well, we did these team lists before.
Yeah, that's right.
He decided to try and what do you call it?
Hip toss.
Yeah, hip drop.
Dunster.
So young man Dunster.
And one's sort of similar to yours. I've overlooked Molo.
Yeah,
So I have.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I sort of just rushed through it because I think they're a half-ass side, but I'll kick mine off. Tyrell Sloan, Big Ravalawa, Lomax, Talatau, Amon, and Sully. I've got Jaden Sullivan starting at 6. Give him a run, see how he performs with Ben Hunt. They've got Blake Laurie and Jack DeBellin in the forwards. McCulloch at 9. There's no one else there that can play that spot. Tarek Sims, Sewer, and then Bird at lock. Moses Mbai at 14. Joshy Kerr. Aaron Woods, I had trouble writing that down. I did. If you look at stats, he's not that bad. Visually, fucking atrocious. And then Josh Maguire at 17.
The old silent achiever. It's like, as you said, his stats might be reasonable, but it just doesn't stand out.
Ever since he swapped, where was he playing for? At West, when he was playing Origin. I think he was.
West, and then he went to Bulldogs, then he went to Cronulla.
Yeah, so when he was at West playing Origin, he was a fantastic player.
Maybe if he cut the mop off.
Yeah, not holding him back, you reckon?
Since he left there, his game's just dropped here. But in saying what I said about those stats, a bit of a numbers man, it was hard to look past that, but I just had to go with it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, well, I can't see him in the 17. Having said that, I will give you credit there when you talk about stats. If there was an injury, boys, particularly in that front row or on the bench, he'd definitely come in. He might go on the bench and a bench player will go and start. But unfortunately, for him, he's not in my 17 if I was the head coach there. But I've got Tyrell Sloan. Now, I've got Ravalawa, and I'm going to have Zach Lomax inside him. Because Ravalawa is a really good finisher and Zach Lomax is a really good creator. So I'm going to have those two together.
You see his step and move that he put on that Charity Shield?
Yeah, freakish.
I'm still hard from it. Honestly.
So I'm going to have Amon in at 4 and Moses Sully will be my 5. They can interchange with each other, you know what I mean? So if they're a man marking tactic, then they can swap, because they're very versatile. So I'm going to stick with that. Young Sullivan at 6, Benny Hunt at 7, the old drop man. Blake Laurie, McCulloch and Joshy Kerr will be the my front row. Tarek Sims, Jaden Sewer, and Jackie DeBellin will be my 13. I think he's fabulous. He creates a lot of good football. So on the bench, Jack Bird I'm going to use as my utility. I've got Fasuma Ali. What is it?
Fuimaono?
No, not Fui. I got Fuimaono.
Okay,
what is it? Farmasuli. That's it.
Okay.
Farmasuli. That's it. I got caught up on that. Tyrell Fuimaono and Joshy Maguire. The bloke has always got his ears taped back. Imagine how much strap and tape he's used over the years just on the melon.
Imagine the skin that's come off. Yeah, so what do you got them running?
I've got them running at... Well, I've got them changed. I originally had them at 11, but I'm going to have them at 13.
13th, 14th for me.
14.
All right. We'll take a quick break. Before we do, though, we'll mention our footy tipping comp is still open. Last chance to join before the season kicks off on March 10th. All you got to do is sign up, become an SGM club member, free, completely free to do that, and completely free to join for the footy tipping comp. Over $1,000 worth of cash and prizes up for grabs. Monthly giveaways as well. So make sure you head on over to our website on screen at the moment, become an SGM club member, and sign up for the footy tipping comp. All right.
You know what I'm going to do? If I happen to jag first place, I'm going to draw one of our SGM club members out of a hat and pay for them to have an NRL club membership. I think that's valued about $160 or something roughly. So
very good. I like the intention, but unfortunately, guys, it won't come off. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be back straight after this.
If you want to get the top odds every time, bet with Top Sport's Same Game Multi. Top Sport. Feel the excitement.
Gamble responsibly.
All right, we're back. Thanks for sticking around. We're going to jump into the Sydney Roosters now. The man on my left, Mr. Cherry, that's his team, has been for many moons. Last year, boys, they finished 5th. Injury-plagued season. I honestly think they would have been pushing for the grand final if they could have kept most of their stars on the field. Hosts of people retired and injured, long season for the whole season. So last year they finished 5th, 16 wins, 8 losses. This year, boys, the premiership, they're paying $6. Minor premiers $5. Top 4 is $1.75. Top 8, $1.14. Pretty short odds there. And least amount of wins is $101. As far as their gains go, there's only one really that I've got highlighted here, boys, and that's Connor Watson, come across from the Knights. The losses, though, Boyd Cordner, Jake Friend, Brett Morris, Josh Morris, Matty Cavalu, Dale Copley as well. So all except for and Isaac Liu as well gone to the Gold Coast Titans. So everyone except for Ikavalu and Liu has retired as well. So they're at the back end of their career, but they still have a lot to offer, especially Cordner, Friend, and they're forced to retire due to concussion. Ches, I'll throw to you first, mate. Seeing is your team. How do you see this year playing out for them if they can stay fit and healthy?
Yeah, I've said it a few times last year with those injuries. We pretty much throughout the whole year had a run-on side injured.
Oh, fucking get the violin out.
Oh.
This is all I hear. Sorry, mate.
Something like Latrell Mitchell would say mentioning about the Roosters. Going to be strong, going to be fast, going to be fit, going to be fun to watch. It's going to be very exciting to see a couple of those new players coming in, seeing how well they can gel with the boys. Pretty hard 17 to pick without leaving people out in this one. I left Adam Kieran out. Not so much because he hasn't done anything wrong. He hasn't done anything wrong at all. I just wanted to put Momorowski in there just to see what had happened with that combination. Joey Manu, who'll be looking to touch the footy again. It'd be good to see him back on the field, probably with a metal head after the injury from last year.
Won't be able to get through airport security.
No,
sure.
No.
lucky they don't have to travel to New Zealand and get through the customs.
What's your 17 look like, mate? Who you got lining up 1 through to 17?
Mate, scream through them. Awesome side. We have Teddy, Tupou, Momorowski, Joey Manu, Suwali, Kieran Walker in the halves. Now, Big Joe Hargraves, I'm going to run him on. Experience. He was very disciplined last year. Didn't give away too many silly penalties, like his past records have shown. Marshke there at the 9. Takiaho playing in the 10. Crichton and Tupanua. A couple of big boys there, very dangerous with the ball and very good defenders. The hitman Radley at lock, he's going to be good to see back. Hopefully he's there for each and every game. Then on the bench, I've got big Linz Collins running on to do some damage. Hopefully he stays away from the head knocks. Connor Watson, and then the Butcher boys, Egan and No Butcher. So that's my 17. Adam Kieran there, that was one of the ones that was hard for me to leave him out. But I only wanted to see what that Momorowski combo.
Yeah, you almost put him in for his goal kicking. I know you got Walker there, but I don't know if his goal kicking is up to Kieran's.
That's
he's
his strong point, isn't he? Yeah, that's why he was so hard not to put in there.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to see that little...
I'm going to jump in before you, Berto.
combo.
The only reason is because my side is exactly the same as yours, Ches, except for I'm running Verrills at number 9 instead of Marshke. Lindsay Collin, I'm going to start him off the bench, just coming off that knee. Reconstruction, start Warrior Hargraves, same as you. Everything else is the same. And, yeah, I've got the Cleaver twins there, the Butcher boys on the bench as well.
Yeah, so that's another one too. Semi Verrills. Like, do you put him on? Do you give Marshke a run? Who's going to play the best?
Yeah.
Time will tell.
Ikavalu missed out. I know he's made the move across. Cancel that. Ikavalu would have missed out if he didn't make the move across to Cronulla. So a good decision for him, I think, to leave because he probably saw a bit of the writing on the wall there with Suwali coming through.
I think you're exactly right there. I think he would have seen a bit more bench than actually grass. So that's playing grass, that is.
Yeah, I was going to say, careful, mate.
Yeah.
Now, something about Rooster supporters.
Fuck me, Daddy.
No. This isn't you. There's one particular one that's down at headquarters, and I know he's fucking watching, and that's you, Rug. Mate, you can get fucked. That's from me and probably 90% of people that are down at headquarters on a Saturday afternoon or every afternoon. So, but Ches, Clint, my lineups are very, very similar. One through to, I think it was through to 8. So Teddy, Tupanua, Manu, Momorowski, Sawali, Keary, Walker, Wairia, Hargraves, Verrills. I'm going to start Lindsay Collins. I'm going to try and win if he's fit enough, I'm going to try and win the midfield battle early and try and push for some early points, get 18 points under the belt even before halftime or before the 30-minute line. Do a Jose Mourinho and park the bus at Chelsea.
I thought you were going to say you're going to try and win the comp early. I think with that jumper you got on, it might have been one.
Settle. Okay, no.
Sorry, mate, just giving a bit.
Don't win the comp in round 1, brother. Tupanua, Crichton, Victor the Inflictor, he picks himself by a fucking country mile. That bloke is an animal. Connor Watson, Butcher, Takiyahu, and I've got young Freddie Lussick, the young blondie. I'd have him as a good utility because he played a fair bit through the middle last year and he held his own. He's only a small gentleman, but I tell you what, weight for weight, he's fucking good pound for pound. He is a really good defender. You can play him in the middle of the field. Obviously, taking the ball up, he's probably not going to bend the line. But then again, too, give him the ball out the back, playing like a small edge back rower, and get him to use his hands a little bit. I think he'll be a really good asset. So I'm going to have him in at 17.
What was the price for that top 4 again?
Top 4 is $1.75.
That's easy. That's money for jam, I think.
Money for jam, as they say. Boys, I got him running second. Ches, what do you got him running?
I got him third.
Third.
I can see him finishing strong. Obviously, a little bit stronger than last year, but I can see him having a real good finals run.
Well, Keary's out. Sorry, Berto, what do you got him running? Sorry.
I don't want to say this.
I can see it on your sheet, so I can say it for you if you like.
The Roosters are going to run second, and in my eyes, the Roosters are going to win the comp.
Oh, big call. Nice. $6 if you like them for the premiership, so get on board now before that price comes in. They're missing Keary for a few weeks at the start of the season. He's still out. He got a bit of a niggle to that knee.
We'll probably see Marshke slot into there and then Virill's saying at 9.
Yeah, maybe Watson. They might even start Watson there at number 6 as well, possibly.
It's one of those. They've got plenty of depth, so
yeah.
Might just call back Freddie Fittler and chuck him on.
Hey, he'll probably still be good enough.
Big left foot step. All right, last team, boys, and probably very relevant that it is last team that we're going to preview. I apologise to any West Tigers fans out there, but it is the West Tigers. Last year, boys, 2021, they ran 13th. They had 8 wins, 16 losses. There's that number again. Premiership, if you like them, $67. I don't think they'll be getting too many bets on that. Minor premierships, $81. Top 4, $12. Top 8, $5. And they're actually the favourite for this market of least amount of wins at $3.30. So Top Sport's got them running last.
I'm going to have a bet on.
I'm with Tristan on this one. I've got him running 16th as well.
So do I. I'm 16. I'm going to put a little multi on there. Roosters top 4, West Tigers spoon.
Draft it up. We'll see what the price is. We'll get it to the punters before the
I'll
end. I'll just run through the gains and the losses whilst you do that. Gains, Jackson Hastings has come back from the Super League. They reckon he's come back a much better player than what he left, so hopefully he does and brings a bit of stability to that number 6 role for Luke Brooks. One sign I like here, boys, and you'll like it too, Bert, I know, Tyrone Peachy coming down from the Gold Coast Titans. I rate him, still rate him.
Absolutely.
Just really good when you need something. And I remember Freddie Fittler saying it in Origin once. They needed something happening. He just wanted the ball to go to Peachy. He said, get it to Peach, because he knew that he could create something. So I really liked that as well. Losses, a few lower name ones there. Moses Mbai is really the only one that I've got highlighted there, boys, as a big name. Russell Packer's retired, Joey Leilua. But again, they weren't doing much last year, so I'm not really classing them as big losses.
Did you realise that?
You see it playing out for him.
So Jay, well, I've got him. While we're on that, I've got him at 15th. You boys have got him last, but I can't see the Cowboys doing any better. As I said last week, I've got them at 16th. I've got the Tigers at 15th. I don't think they'll be any good this year. Boys, did you realise? I read an article on this. Apparently, Joey Leilua has again spat the dummy. The side he signed for in England, because they have promotion and relegation.
You didn't realise.
They're playing second-tier league, and he didn't realise. He signed on the dotted line and then realised they're playing reserve grade in England.
I think that just goes to show the cognitive ability of Joey Leilua.
Bloke is a twit.
Yeah. What's the price there?
Got on the trusty Top Sport app here. $5.78 for that little combo.
Nice.
I like it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Very good. Ches, how do you see their season playing out, mate? And once you give us your 1 through to 17 as well.
I reckon by about, I'd say June, July, Netflix will have Tiger Town Part 2. Mate, I've got the top 17. They're going to run last probably by, I'd say probably 3 games, maybe even 4, followed up by the Cowboys. But I've got Dane Laurie, Noah Faluma, Adam Dewey, James Roberts, and Ken Mamalo. Brooksy and Hastings in the halves. Tamu Okatikamanu. Now, we had him on. He's been injured. Something happened to him, I'm pretty sure. He might be out for a week or 2. I read something the other day.
He might have tweaked himself in the very first trial.
But I had this list set up before.
Yeah.
But he was my pick.
Probably
anyway.
waited till after the trial for him to tweak himself, mate. I would have thought, but maybe in the sheds.
Jacob Little, I got him running at 9. He's out.
He's injured as well.
Luke Garner, Luscious Leilua, probably the better one of the Leiluas.
Definitely.
Alex Twile at 13 there in lock. Now I've got the Peach Man for 14.
Absolutely.
Jumping in anywhere and doing everything. Musgrove, Talau, and Sean Blore there at number 17.
Yeah, a little bit different to mine. I'm going to start with Dane Laurie, number 1. Obviously, great there at fullback, great season last year. Nofaluma, Tommy Talau, I put in there as a centre. Now, I've got Adam Dewey as another centre, but he's obviously out for quite a bit of the season with that knee still. So I'm going to put in Oliver Gildart there to come across from the Super League, I believe.
Good name too.
Wigan Warriors. Ken Mamalo at number 5. Jackson Hastings, Luke Brooks in the halves. I've got Tamu and Utikamanu there in the front row with Jacob Little again. As I said, this is our top 17 if they're all fit and healthy, and we did do this a couple of weeks ago. Luke Garner, Luscious Leilua. I'm going to start Peach at number 13. I want him on the field with the ball in his hand as often as he can. I think he'll provide a lot of support for Luke Brooks as well, take a lot of that pressure off him as that ball playing number 13. Jake Simpkin there at number 14. Offengawi, Alex Twile, and Tom McCarley at number 17.
Well, I tell you what, you can almost leave your side up on the screen because mine is identical, and I like the fact that Peachy's going to start in mine as well. As you said, get him some early ball too. Don't be afraid to give him the early ball, and that way, as you said, take the pressure off Brooks. Because I tell you one thing right now. If that bloke's got a Telegraph or a Sun Herald subscription, he'll be reading about it day in, day out. It's and that's, they say all publicity is good publicity, but in that sense, maybe not. But as you said, give him the early ball, and try, and as you said, let him create. Just play some freestyle football. If he wants to have a run, punch it up the guts. If he makes no meters, so be it. But at the same time, this day and age, in around, particularly with that, if he can get himself fit enough to play, say, maybe 30 minutes at least at 13, when your forwards start to tire, being a short, nimble, sort of quicker sort of dude, get him in around some tired forwards, get him one off the ruck and just try and get him to burn someone.
Yeah, I like him for the number 14, Ches.
For that, that exact reason as well.
But I just want him on there to take that pressure off Luke Brooks. And I think hopefully Hastings and both Peachy can do that. And also, boys, I forgot to mention the games, Tim Sheens. Obviously, he's not a player or anything like that, and he's not the coach. But
he's huge.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of impact he has over the whole football structure. Whether like I said, if they lose 4 out of their 5 first games, and Tim Sheens is looming over Madge's shoulder, you think he shit himself or what?
Absolutely. Sheens, he's been the Australian coach for years. He's been in around the New South Wales.
Won a premiership in 2005 with the Tigers.
With the Tigers, he's won comps. He's been in around the New South Wales Origin squads. He's coached Australia for many, many years, and there's been there, done it all, and survived. So, Madge's ass would be tingling right now because someone's right on him. So, but give him credit. When you talk about coaches, it's not exactly the easiest job. And whilst we're on that, quickly, I've got a question for you, boys. Today, I read an article, or actually, I tell a lie, I heard it on the Big Sports Breakfast this morning. Boys, this is my question to you. So, Kevy hasn't been offered an extra year. His management has gone to Brisbane for another year. Is that a sign, to me, I've got a question. So, this is the question. Is that a sign of desperation, or is that a sign of confidence? That he can say, right, I'm going to go to him, I want another year, or is he going, fuck, I need another year?
Yeah, I think it's ballsy on Kevy's part. If they haven't offered him something yet, they probably want to see how the first half a dozen games play out this season, I would imagine. That's why they're probably holding off. Kevy's probably under thinking, well, hey, if I've got your backing, I can set some things in place. I know what's going to happen and move forward. But from a business perspective, I think it's good to hold off and just see how this first 6-8 weeks plays out. If they lose 5, 6, 7 games, he'll be struggling for that extension. I can guarantee you that.
Absolutely. That's what I'm sort of thinking. Is he desperate to get in now to get it on in writing?
Might set it right on the wall.
Or is he confident enough to go, I need 12 more months and we're going to play finals football?
What if that come from something from like last week with the players whinging about him making them train too hard?
Yeah.
He might see that now saying, right, these guys need a lot more work.
Because if they are burned out now,
I want them. It's not going to happen this year. Let's aim for next year and get this year sorted. Prime them and get ready for
next year.
2023.
Yeah. So and realistically, if your senior players are complaining, I think they're in some big trouble. If they're tiring already, if they are fatigued, they are in bigger trouble.
Absolutely.
And I wonder if Kevy, might be trying to get some runs on the board, so to speak. So get a little bit of sleep at night. But yeah, I just thought I'd ask you boys because I heard it this morning and I took it in two different directions. One direction was the actual what is it?
Harry Styles.
Harry. So I just thought I'd put it out there and see what your thoughts were, boys, because the way I seen it, at the same time as it came across as confident for him to be able to go into the boardroom and say, boys, I want another year. At the same time as he's sort of going, fuck, I need another year.
Yeah, I'd be bordering on more on desperate than confident personally.
I think so. I reckon, with what I mentioned there about the players not liking his training regime and stuff and feeling a bit tired.
Yeah.
After the run, I think, he'll be saying, right, we need more time on the clock for this side to work.
Yeah. All right, boys, that wraps up our season preview. We've done all 16 teams. Now, charity bets for this week. We've actually drained the charity account just today. I've been in touch with Tristan. He's donated the money that was in the account to our 3 nominated charities, which is fantastic. So what we're going to do, we're going to nominate another 3 charities, which we'll let you know next week who they are. But what we're going to do, we've got the money in the account for this week. So what we thought we'd do is we'd put the $50 on our top 8. So we've gone through and we've given you our top 8 throughout our whole preview shows. We're going to flash it up on screen now and let you know what the odds are. So you can go on the Top Sport. You can pick your own top 8 if you like mine, if you like Berto's, if you like Chez's, get on there. And the prices are on screen now. So, boys, I'll run through mine quickly and it's on screen as we speak. But I've got the Panthers, Roosters, Storm, Manly in the top 4. Rabbitohs, Eels, Sharks and Raiders rounding out the top 8. And if you like that, Tristan's going to offer you $12.14. So I'm going to have the full 50 whack for this week's charity bet on it. Obviously, it's a long play bet. It'll be there till the end of the season, hopefully. And it'll be a good little return at the end of the season, boys, if one of us can get it up. So
now, that's a box bet too. They don't have to come in that order, do they?
No, that's right.
It's got to feature anywhere in that top 8.
Yep. Chez, you want to run through yours quickly?
Yeah, mate. Panthers, Storm, Roosters, Manly, Souths, Para, Dogs, and Sharkies.
And that one's paying $16.19. I framed that up this afternoon.
Yeah, the Dogs boost that up a fair bit there,
got a bit extra there with the doggies. So a little, I said, one different to mine. So it's, we both can't win. We haven't gone the same. And Berto, you've gone different again.
Yeah, very similar. I think the sides in there, they almost very, very, very identical, but just different orders. So I've got Melbourne finishing at 1, Roosters at 2, the Riff at 3, Manly 4, Para 5, Rabbitohs 6, Cronulla 7, and the Titans will scrape in by a bee's whisker in 8th.
Yep. And the Titans and the Raiders are paying the same price. So your price is the exact same as mine, $12.14. So $50 each we're going to have on that. And we will announce our new charities next week as well for the season proper. Really looking forward to that. Thank you again to Top Sport, major sponsor, donating. I think it was nearly close to $700 to each of our charities. That was also with the money donated back from BIM for his winnings in the BBL tipping comp. So some good money going to some good charities there, boys.
And there was someone else might have donated something too from there.
Yeah, the lady that ran third, Denny86, she donated $50 to the White Ribbon Foundation.
Yeah,
so
well
that's
done,
been
guys.
Donated on her behalf already.
Awesome effort from Tristan, isn't it?
Fantastic.
Really good.
Fantastic.
Hats off to him.
Yep. All right, we'll take another quick break. We'll come back for 21 and done and beer of the week.
Beer o'clock.
Another half win. From punters jumping in early or waiting too late. You get a good price on one leg, but the others have shortened dramatically. You still win, but it feels like you half win. Introducing Top Sport's Best of the Best Multi. Get top odds on every leg, every time. Don't be one of these. Just bet and forget Bob Multi. Top Sport. Feel the excitement.
Don't let the game play you. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
All right, welcome back. Thanks you for sticking around. Now,
Hey.
Could have done that in the ad break, but anyway, not to worry. Very exciting news. Our friends at Manscaped have come back on board to sponsor the show, so they're going to sponsor 21 and Done for the month of March. So it'll be known as Manscaped Trivia. Great new products they got out as well. Last time we had them on the sponsor, they obviously had the below the waist grooming kit. And I know many of our viewers dialed in and got that as well. But this time, boys, they sent us some new products. And can I tell you, I am dead set in love with these. They've got the Ultra Premium collection. We've got some shampoo, some body wash, some deodorant, some hydrate. So even got some lip balm, boys. How good's the lip balm?
Oh, chapstick.
There's 3 in them too.
Oh, it's so good. But J-Rod, you got a bit of a read there for us, mate?
Yeah, a bit of a live
let
read,
the
boys.
audience know.
Yeah, splash, splash. I was taking a bath and I noticed I have beautiful balls. Our friends at Manscaped, the global leaders in below-the-waist hygiene, are turning men's showers dreams into their favourite routine, especially if you're having a little tug. With all the ultra premium collection, it smells like Christmas, I'll tell you that much right there. This is the all-in-one hygiene skin and hair bundle designed to upgrade your everyday man shower routine from head to toe. Your skin, hair, balls deserve this. Save big by going to Manscaped for 20% off. Free shipping. On top of that, boys, listeners, viewers, you've got to use the SGM, Same Game Multi Podcast code to get your 20% off, boys. And I tell you what, 20% off something's better than nothing.
Yeah, fantastic offer. Thanks to Manscaped. Use that code SGM when you're at the checkout. We'll get 20% off plus free shipping. Great read, Berto. You were a bit worried about that, but you nailed it. I can absolutely tell you from the bottom of my heart, this is the best smelling fucking spray / deodorant I've ever smelled. It's almost cologne-y, like it smells like an aftershave.
And it's not too strong either.
Oh, it's just...
some guys, they walk in like the bloody Greek Adonis and you can smell it from 16 blocks away. This stuff isn't that strong.
Smells like someone's knocked over a bottle of balsamic vinegar.
I just love it. This hydrating body spray, boys, I spray it on after the shower and I just rub it in. I just keep smelling my arms all day. It just smells so good. Just the confidence,
It's
boys.
good. It is actually really good. And I tell you one thing too, boys, and we rabbited on about it a couple of weeks ago, mate. The Manscaped jocks are, mate. They're some of the best underbriefs you'll purchase in your
Feels
time.
like you're wearing nothing at all.
Nothing at all. The old netty, but yeah, mate. They're jocks. The whole range, boys. The trimmers, the jocks, all this body hygiene stuff, mate. Phenomenal.
If I had one suggestion to the Manscaped team, next product, washing powder.
I
so your
like
clothes
that.
smell like that too.
You know what else they should do? Toilet spray.
Oh yeah.
When you take a big dirty, when your missus take
Grog
a big
bog.
dirty grog bog, spray it in there.
Or start make big litres or 2 litre bottles.
Oh, just the old buy in bulk.
Yeah, buy in bulk.
I love it. If you did not get any Manscaped products in our first round of our deal, please get on board with this. Show the guys there at Manscaped that you do listen to the show and you love their products, because I can guarantee you, once you get them, you will love them as much as we do. I mentioned early in the show, if you subscribe and tell your exes about this show, they'll probably take it back. I can guarantee you, if you buy them this product for their birthday or Christmas or anniversary, whatever it is, you're dead set going to be taken back. And I can tell you what, boys, if you buy it for yourself, there's a good chance you might have a red panty night, just saying, in the old Conor McGregor there.
Yeah.
Tell you what, the
Celebration.
The shipping's quick with them as well.
Oh, yeah,
super
real quick. Absolutely.
So good.
20% off plus free shipping. Use the code SGM. All right, let's jump into Manscaped trivia this week. As I mentioned, all the questions will be around the 4 teams that we have previewed this week, as per the last 3 episodes. Birdo's come out on top a few times. He's probably on about a 3 or 4 fight win streak, I think.
Talking to a couple of people that I can't walk downtown without getting swamped by fans for, they want a copy of my biography and everything like that isn't out yet. But I think everyone says I've been robbed a couple of times that I didn't win either. I might have been up by about 3 points and that last question was worth about 700, but that's how the game's rolled.
That's why I make the last question fade in your own hands. You've got no one to blame except for yourself if you lose it. So,
this week I get a funny feeling this is going to be a stitch up this week. It was said last week. I get a funny feeling I'm going to lose in a hands canter.
Don't know what you're talking about. Let's jump into it. All right. First question. How many running meters did Artie Beetson make in his first ever debut game? Oh, sorry. Hang on. Test your buzzers. Test your buzzers. Sorry.
Birdman.
I was so excited about the Manscaped products.
Ches.
All right. Do you want the question again? How many running meters did Artie Beetson make in his first ever NRL game? Or
Ches. 209.
Correct. 209 is correct. First points for Mr. Cherry there. 209, spot on the money.
Surely not.
Yeah, that's it. 209.
One of the best forwards to ever lace the boots.
He was too, wasn't he? All right. Also, just on the Roosters while we're there.
Give me a look at that notepad.
I was on the chooks there too.
Yeah, change that.
How much money does Nick Politis have in the bank?
Ches, 0 because he's giving it all away.
Correct. It's all in paper bags. 2 points for Ches.
This is fucking robbery.
All right. Must admit, Ches and I had a few beers on Saturday night and we said, let's stitch Birdo up. And this is what we're done, mate.
Between you two and Hawkeye, Jesus.
All right. I'm going to cancel those points out and we're going to jump into the real trivia starting now. I swear to God. Swear to God.
Because when you said running meters, I was thinking, I don't think anyone was counting back then.
They would have had it on an abacus.
Yeah.
All right, we're going into the real deal now. Thanks to Manscaped, 20% off. Use the code SGM. All right, listen carefully. Boom South's back rower is Keon Kaloamatangi. How do you spell Redfern?
Ches,
Oh.
Redfern.
Yes.
I started writing Kaloa
That's what I was
Matangi.
about to do. I was like, oh, here we go. Hyphen in there somewhere.
Love it. A former sponsor of the St. George Dragons was which winemaking company?
Bertman Penfold.
Penfolds, yes. All right, I've got to get my scoring system down here. Okay, one each. Sumatran, Siberian, and Bengal are all
Ches.
species of what?
Tigers.
Tigers, 2 plays 1. Who were the 2 Roosters players that retired last
Bertman.
year due to
Head knocks.
concussion?
That would have been Cordner and young Friendy. Oh, I can't call him young. Yeah, old Friendy boy.
2 apiece. All right. First multiple choice. In which year were Souths kicked out of the NRL? Was it A, 1998, B, 1999, or C, 2000?
Ches 2000.
I should know this. A neighbour at home, he's a massive South supporter. He used to go at all the court meetings and everything like that.
Really?
To try and get him back in. Wally Shoemaker, shout out, good bloke. I'm going to say A, 98.
Ches B.
B,
Now,
99 is correct. They re-entered in 2002.
which technically makes Roosters the only foundation club.
Oh, here we go.
Fuck off, mate.
All right, such a success last week and the week before. I brought it back, the audio question, boys. Have a listen to this piece of audio and answer the question.
Hey, what's on tonight? Can you tell me?
Mate, beers and more beers. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Who is that being interviewed after the 2008 Grand Final?
Is that Darren Lockyer?
Want to listen again? I'll turn it up.
Nah, just give us the year.
2018.
Can you go one more time?
Hey, what's on tonight? Can you tell me?
Mate, beers and more beers. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Tricky. It's Andrew Johns.
Andrew Johns is the interviewer. Still a current player. We've mentioned him today.
Yeah, I'm going to say one quick stab here. Teddy. Ches Tedesco.
Incorrect.
Wairia Hargraves.
Hey, what's on tonight? Can you tell me?
Mate, beers and more beers. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Think about who in that Roosters team likes a beer.
Bertman, Victor the Inflictor.
Victor the Inflictor. That's correct. Took a while, but we got there in the end. All right. How many tries has Alex Twal scored in his NRL career?
Bertman. I'm going to say none.
Big ducky.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Correct, Mondo. Hopefully he'll get across this year for one. George Burgess is now playing for the Dragons and Tom is playing for Souths. Which twin is the oldest?
Ches George.
50-50.
Bertman, Tom.
Tom.
Which one's bigger? Who done the nudie? Who done the nudie pose?
That was George, I think.
Georgie, he was big, I tell you.
Sam was the biggest, wasn't he?
You got to save there as a screensaver, don't you? Or was that you?
I wish it was me.
Birdo got those points, not Ches. All right, 5 plays 3. Former Steelers and Dragons winger who scored 78 career tries is Rod who?
Ches Wishart.
Wishart. Nice, old school. She's got that one. Roosters off-season signing Connor Watson debuted for which team?
Ches Cronulla.
Fuck, that's loud.
Connor Watson. Can I have that question again, please?
Roosters off-season signing Connor Watson debuted for which team?
Roosters.
Roosters is correct.
Because this is his second stint. Yeah.
This is around about bit of a trick question there, but I like it. Another audio question, boys. I like these. So listen to the audio, and I'll ask a question after. 3 points are up for grabs.
Don't miss it. Don't miss it. I'm telling you. Seriously, clutch them up. 500, done. Shoelace. Hey, clutch. He's missed it. Yes. And we're going to golden points.
Okay. First question, first point up for grab. Who is talking in that clip? It's from, if you want to...
St. George player, isn't it?
No, it's from Tiger Town. So it's a West Tigers player.
Trying to think of who would be there to have 500 to put on it.
Ches Braithen Nasta.
No, it was only from last
What? Where's it from?
It's from last year's
last
Tiger
year.
Town or Troubles.
Oh, from Tiger Town. Okay.
Oh, yes.
You want it again?
Yeah, go again.
Don't miss it. I'm telling you. Seriously, clutch them up.
Clutch and nut.
500, done. Shoelace. Hey, clutch. He's missed it. Yes. And we're going to golden points.
Trying to think of who kicked for him last year. Adam Dewey might have done a bit, did he?
So the question is, who's shouting out to the person kicking? It's a Tigers player shouting out.
I do remember,
You did just mention the name.
yeah, Adam Dewey.
Adam Dewey
Yeah.
is the person sledging. So that's 1 point for Birdo.
Yeah, I thought he was
2
taking
more
it.
points up for grab. Who is he trying to sledge? Or who is he sledging about the kick?
Bertman, Luke Brooks.
He's not sledging his own player. It's the opposition. Big clue, buzzing early. South, they played Souths.
Ches, if you Reynolds. Wouldn't it?
Reynolds is correct. And that was it. There's only 2 points up for grabs.
Oh, fucking bum steer.
Bumps here. Well, the other one was the penalty successful, but the audio says he's missed it, so I can't really,
You could ask him.
I can't really ask that. 7 plays 5. How many tries did South score in last year's grand final loss to the Panthers?
Bertman, 2.
2. Do you know who scored them?
Me and, not off the top of my head, Cody Walker scored 1.
And who else scores all the time? Winger. Johnson, no extra points.
Alex Johnson. Oh, fucking wouldn't have got it anyway.
Which former Roosters legend is nicknamed the Count?
Ches Minicello, the Italian mountain cat as well.
The Count, that's Ted Hankey.
It is too.
How do you spell Minicello?
Oh, shit. Bertman. Minicello.
Oh, very close. Missing one vowel.
Ches. Minichaeello.
Very close. Just got the wrong vowel. Just before the E, there's something. Between the H and the E, there's another.
Bertman. Minichiello.
Yes, correct. Berto gets
I'll take that.
Yeah, very good.
Fucking English.
Score check is 9v6. Few questions ago. Next, multiple choice. Dragons gun centre Zach Lomax is currently dating which NRLW star? A. Kezi Apps, B. Isabel Kelly, or C. Jess Surgis?
Ches B.
Bertman C.
Jess Surgis is correct.
No idea.
Bertman. How many weeks suspension did Latrell get after his brutal hit on Joey Manu last year?
Does that include the week he's got off?
No. What was
The original suspension.
Yeah, the original suspension.
Ches 6.
6, correct. Nice.
Still whinging about it. He is too.
Yeah.
Points. 10 plays 7. Who has, audio? Another last audio question. Sorry, I've been a bit overboard here, boys. Have a listen to the audio and finish the song.
Oh, how I want to be in that number. Oh, when the Saints go marching in.
Yes. Points.
I hear that every fucking week too. Don't worry about that.
I thought it was Oh Lord, so I would have got that wrong.
No. Yeah. All right. Who has played more NRL games, Luke Brooks or David Nofaluma?
Ches Nofaluma.
Oh, if you had waited about 2 seconds, I would have said Nofaluma as well from his Warriors days. I'm the Bertman, Brooks.
Brooks is correct.
Brooks and Dunn.
Bertman gets that. 163 for Brooks, 156 for
I'm
Noff.
going to next week get in early again, but go with what I don't think it is.
He's like George, just go the opposite.
Murphy's Law.
South Sydney's Rabbitohs owner Russell Crowe was born in which country?
Bertman.
New Zealand.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna
Ches.
go him. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go him. I think he just...
We've claimed him, but
Yeah, a bit like Pavlova as well.
Yeah.
Ches gets those. 12 plays 8. Who is often referred to as Uncle Nick?
Bertman.
Ches.
Nick Politis.
Uncle Nick too.
Stolen that one.
It was. Last question, boys. We come up here fairly quickly. So we've got 13 plays 8. So the last question is worth, 6 points, Ches? 6 points. My little mathematician there. What is the capacity of Leichhardt Oval? So write it down. Your bracket is between 17,500 and 24,500.
I write down 2 answers and go with the one I don't think it is.
Good thinking. Who wants to go first?
I will. 18,666.
18,666. I like it. What do you got?
19.8.
Capacity 20,000.
Cut me again.
Woo!
But gets how many? 6 points.
6 points. You fucking beauty.
Fantastic. Takes it out again. I reckon we just should have kept going with the Roosters questions, Chaz. You might have actually might have been a start. Fantastic. Thanks again to Manscaped. As I said, going to be sponsoring 21 and Done for the month of March. Head on over to Manscaped. The links are in the description. Use the code SGM. Get yourself 20% off plus free shipping. Let the team over there at Manscaped know that you listen to our show, you love it, and you want to support a great company like Manscaped and freshen your balls up as well, boys. Let's quickly hop into Beer of the Week, thanks to the Whitebull Hotel. Now, Ches, I know you're a bit excited about this one. You were talking about it last week. Birdo's excited because it's got a twist top. What have you got this week, boys? And let the audience know how damn good that beer is.
Yeah, so all the listeners and viewers from last week know I had a bit of the old gout foot, so I wasn't real keen on having a beer. So Birdo got
Too many tomatoes, mate.
Oh, no, I don't eat too many tomatoes. I think it was dehydrated from too many Tui's news. Yeah, so Birdo got the stitch up there with some sour thing.
Yeah.
And Hawkeye was going to give us these. So I told him to wait until next week when I was back to
Off the gout.
back to the run-on side so I could have one. Mate, these are absolutely fantastic. Sapporo. It's a Japanese lager. I first tried these.
Damn, that smells good.
And they were in... Put a horn on a jellyfish, wouldn't it?
Oh, mate.
I first tried these. They come out in a big silver half-litre can.
Yeah, they still make them.
Absolutely delicious. This is something you have to try it. Don't get put off because it's from a different country or anything. It's absolutely delicious. One of my favourite beers, actually.
Yeah, really.
And it's one of those ones a bit like the Boguses and like the Hahn Premium. I don't drink them too often because I like having them every now and again because they're just that little bit extra special than like your standard lagers. There's a big gold star on it. It's going to have another 4 to follow. Five
Stubby lids.
Five lids, 5
love
stars,
it. I
and they're
love
all
it.
gold.
100%. Before I was even on air, I cracked my first one and I said, "Hear that, boys? It's a twist top. That's half a star already, boys." I tell you what, when you said don't be frightened because it's an overseas beer or anything like that, it's not one of our most popular ones. I tell you one thing, I could be wrong, but Japan are right up there. They're like for their beers that they make. It is Japanese are fabulous beers. They also make good whiskey and scotch and stuff as well.
I was about to say they like their spirits as well. And with their
apart from their rice wine, the old sake,
it's a bit different.
It'll start your lawnmower.
And with their kitchen knives too, they're real big on quality.
Yeah.
If it's not right, it doesn't go.
100%. Yeah. So this, I tell you what, when you say the big old silver cans, half a litre, you beauty. Probably shouldn't promote it like that, but but
drink responsibly.
No, this is real good beer. Also too, just the Japanese beers, basically everything they make is real good. Boys, I'm going to give this 5.5. This is
5.5.
Yeah.
Like, they won't fit on the screen.
Hey, well, it's a twist top.
All right, 5.5.
The fucking the rev living in the house.
Fantastic. That's a highest subby lid rating yet. 10.5. So it's off the Richter.
Off the Richter scale. I tell you what, there'll be buildings collapsing everywhere.
Fantastic. That brings us to the end of our NRL season preview. If you haven't caught up on the other 3 episodes, make sure you check them out before the season starts next week. We are super excited about next week. Cannot wait.
Chomping at the bit.
It's going to be interesting to see this week with team lists too. I think the team is going to be very light on. I think a few coaches would have seen these injuries coming off last weekend. I think we might see a few very green sides playing this week. And they'll be getting ready for the following weekend for round 1. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I don't know if there's many. I don't think there's any trials this week, to be honest.
Oh, they're not on. They're not on at all.
I was just going to go with it, but
Is they already on? What am I going to watch on the weekend?
There's some NRLW on, which was fantastic last week, I must say, as well.
Yeah.
Kezi apps. I've got to get Kezi apps on the show. I love that lady. Boys, just before we go, I will mention Top Sport, as I said, major sponsor. If you have not already checked out Top Sport, what the fuck are you doing? Get on over, download the app, download the desktop app, and download the mobile version. Because, boys, some of the markets that they've come up with at Top Sport I've never seen before, which is just fantastic. There's so many, too many to go through. As I said, you can put your top 8 on, as we mentioned earlier. You can bet on what the Dolphins are going to come next year. That's how far advanced these guys are.
Redcliffe or Miami?
Both. When you do sign up to Top Sport, make sure you use our code SGM Podcast, though, so Tristan and the team knows you listen to our show and you love it and you're going to support another great company. Thanks again to Manscaped coming on board for the trivia and also the Whitebull Hotel. We'll be back next week with our normal show, I suppose you can say, boys. We're going to look at round 1.
Back to business.
And give our multis and see if we can find a bit of value and a bit of money out there for you punters. So
are we going to, next week's episode, are we going to do like a 20-minute segment at the start where we're going to review this weekend's matches? Or?
Fuck me, I don't get to watch TV like you boys.
Thanks for sticking around. We'll see you next week.